Welcome back YouTube. So this is my second papercraft model, and it is one of my more favorite aircrafts, the Yak-23. So this was a better model. I have made some marked improvements over the previous Heinkel model, and going into a little bit of a history of this aircraft. Now, again, Yak-23 was based on an improvement by Yak-17, based on an improvement by Yak-15, which was in turn based on the piston aircraft of Yak-23. Now, the Yak-15 was powered by a German engine, the Umo 4, and it had a typical configuration of the tail dragger configuration in terms of landing gear. As you can see, the Yak-23 has a tricycle configuration, which was done away with in Yak-17. Furthermore, the Yak-23 was powered by a Rolls-Royce engine, which was supplied by the British. Now, it is a strange-looking aircraft, considering it has a pod and boom configuration. The cockpit is quite a bit backwards, and the engine is mounted on the front, rather than having a long tube and having an engine mounted at the back, which gives it a very unusual shape. But I kind of like the shape. That's why it's my favorite aircraft. It's a very odd-looking aircraft. So if you are to look at the inspiration for this, you can see the Yak-3 over here, and as you can see, the shape of it is quite a bit similar to this Yak-23. Furthermore, if you are to look at Yak-17, which was again a improvement of Yak-15. As a matter of fact, let me just open it up. Yeah, so you can see the Yak-15 is an evolution of Yak-3 in a sense, just fitted with a jet engine, and the tricycle gear configuration was brought along with Yak-17. So we can look at the model here. As you can see, I'm really proud with the rigging. It is very accurate. I'll show the rigging with a picture later on. Here, that's the pitot tube over there. That's the engine intake. The wings are done well. Yeah. Now the cockpit is interesting. So you can see the seat over there, and as you can see, so this part of the cockpit is made by the tape method, by taping both the sides of the cockpit by cutting out the windows first, the paper sheet windows, and replacing it with a tape. This, however, this, however, is made by a cellophane, or shrink wrap. Yes, shrink wrap. So I stuck the shrink wrap to the frame, and then I further stuck it on the aircraft. And you can see it's giving a more clearer quality. You can look easily through it, though it is a very fragile piece of equipment. So I think I might stick to the tape method, but we'll have to see in the next model, which is also based on so the special characteristic of Yak-23 here is that it's one of the only two piston aircraft engines successfully converted to jet engine. Where we know the Yak-3, which was piston powered, and Yak-23 is an evolution of it, just jet powered. I'm currently building a Swedish aircraft, the J21R, and that one will be in a piston configuration, though I should try to find the jet configuration also. So these two aircrafts have the distinction of being one of the only two to be successfully converted from piston to jet engine. And you can see the pitot tube, the wings, and the rigging. Now the rigging, so for comparison's sake, here's the model. Actually, I should hold it the other way around. Just a minute. Yeah, so as you can see, the rigging, if it focuses on both the models, is quite accurate, I believe. At least I hope so. A little bit of difference here and there, but it's marked improvement over the previous iterations. Well, the previous iteration being the Heinkel model. And so I'm really proud of this model. It's pretty accurate. It is one of my favorite aircrafts because of its configuration. It is, along with the Shooting Star, the T-33 trainer, the equivalent United States aircraft, I guess, or F-84 may be the equivalent to this. Whatever it may be, this is one of my favorite aircraft. So I really enjoyed this build, Again, this build was made by Kamchopcha. He's available on internet, and you can check his other models out. It is a pretty nice model. Again, platform is well made, I believe, and overall I'm pretty satisfied with this build. I'm really happy with this. All right then, see ya.